Tiger Woods is back on the PGA Tour after a 14-month hiatus following another back surgery, and he hasn't wasted much time getting back in the spotlight, maybe though not for the right reasons. Woods is now apologizing after he handed a tampon to fellow golfer Justin Thomas. This happened during the first round of the Genesis Invitational. Woods handed Thomas the tampon after outdriving him in the 9th hole. Upon realizing what it was, Thomas threw it to the ground. Woods then laughed and put his arm around him. Now, during his ensuing apology, Woods said he didn't mean to offend anyone, that, quote, it was supposed to be all fun and games, and obviously it hasn't turned out that way. Let's bring in golf coach and mentor Alejandra Barndard. Alejandra, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
This moment created a firestorm online. Can you talk a bit about that online conversation and also the underlying message of this moment? Was it pretty simple? Was it you play like a girl?
Yes, and this is obviously something between two friends on the golf course. You know, they're trying to have fun. Golf is competitive and frustrating sport. But at the same time, as an avid golfer myself who plays with a lot of men, we try to make light of the fact that golf is difficult, and we play pranks on each other. I've personally played that same prank on a male golfer myself about a year ago, where I gave a tampon to a guy. I personally didn't take it as an offense to women or myself personally, and it's probably because I'm just used to playing with a lot of men, but I just think that there are a lot more pressing issues in the world than making a big deal about something like this that I just find as humorous.
Interesting. So one USA Today writer said that Woods had, quote, employed basic misogyny to insult Thomas, replicating an old prank that immature schoolboys used to think was funny. Do you disagree with her?
I agree with the fact that, you know, making jokes towards women, that women are weak, is not to make light of that. But I believe that we possess different strengths as women, and men possess their own strengths as well. As a female golfer, I can get outdriven by men a lot of the times, but I know that I make up in other ways, like my short game, and I'm fine with that. I know that some women are not, but I personally, I thought it was a joke, and I took it as that.
And we know you are a woman actively involved in this sport. Have you personally seen sexism in this field?
I have, and it sucks. But the way that I try to avoid it is by basically letting my clubs do the talking. So that is how I fight that stereotype. It happens, I think, in every part, in every sport, and every way of life.
And I do want to speak about this specific moment in time, because this topic of how we talk about women has been in the news this week. CNN veteran Don Lemon in hot water right now after saying that Nikki Haley, the 51-year-old Republican presidential candidate, isn't in her prime. Let's take a listen to that quickly.
She says people, you know, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, it'll. If you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s.
Yeah, 20s, 30s, and maybe 40s. So, Alejandra, what are you tracking in terms of this moment right now, the conversation around women, their worth and their value, and what is acceptable today?
I agree that as women, there's a way to fight this, and I believe that this is not the way. There are a lot of pressing issues in the world that are a lot more important. I personally myself started playing golf at the age of 30, and within 7 years I became a scratch golfer. And the way that I show and prove to men and other people that don't believe that women are able to play golf is by practicing and showing them that we are able and capable of being on the golf course.
All right, Alejandra Barndard, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.